chance to seal it. It's done. It's Georgie Kelly. Rotherham United's pathway back to the Championship is opening up.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to New York Talk. This is the Rotherham United podcast. It's going to be just a bit of fun tonight. There's not really much to talk about, hence why we didn't do the normal Thursday episode. So we're just going to have a bit of a quiz night. Not football related, really. There are a couple of football questions in it, but it's just general knowledge, and that's it. To be honest with you, we're going to try and do a Viktor Watch along. Victor's not playing, so thanks for the Swedish coaches. You've messed up our plans, but yeah, Mick's with us. How are you doing, Mick?
Yeah, I'm all right. I thought I was almost quite cheery because Sweden, I thought had scored, but it was disallowed. There you go.
Yeah, we thought we'd watch the Mick's watching it through Bet365 or whatever, which is not actually the live game. It's just dangerous attack.
Yeah.
Other team suddenly in possession for no apparent reason. Yeah, so then we'll start in a few minutes. We're going to wait for Danny to come. So we'll get 5 minutes. Josh is with us, Sarah Ogden, Kim Haywood, Harvey Kelwick, Steve Grundy, all with us so far. Thank you very much. You'll just need a pen and paper. There's no prizes except the pride of winning a quiz, I suppose.
Beating me.
You could beat Mick. Did you win the Christmas one?
I've no idea, mate. I ain't got a clue. It must have been easy if I won it.
I mean, there was only you two playing.
Ah, right.
Well, there wasn't only you two, but I can't remember anyone else's score. I don't think you beat everybody in the comments. I think somebody scored really highly. I can't remember who it was now.
Yeah. Whoever you sent answers to, I imagine.
Yeah, probably. Paul Armin's with us. Thank you for being Paul. And I used to see 19's with us as well. Brill. So just know Victor is on the bench tonight. I think that's maybe to be expected just before we get going with the quiz while we wait for Danny. I suppose that's to be expected. To pump him in at deep end against Belgium at home would be a bit maybe unfair, to be honest.
Well, yeah, you said that. I mean, Olsen's in goal, isn't he? I'm not sure how many times Olsen has played this season.
Not many,
but I think you can. I think you can count those times on one hand, can't you? But yeah, it's the bottom line. Is it as far as Victor's concerned? It's been in and around that international squad or the national squad, sorry. And you know, when you're in the same squad as Zlatan Ibrahimovic, you know you've made it, haven't you?
Yeah, if you're on the bench and Zlatan's on the bench, you're not going far wrong, have you?
No.
Yeah. We will keep an eye. If Victor somehow comes on, we don't know how far down the pecking order. It could be third choice. If something drastic happens, we'll keep an eye on it. But it's just a good experience for him. A really, really good experience as well.
It's a qualifier as well, isn't it? So it's not as though it's a friendly. You know, they're going to start changing things at halftime and everything else. So, but yeah, like I said, it's all about the experience in it as far as Victor's concerned. But you know, the other players who've had their international call-ups and played so far this week haven't done too badly, have they? Let's be fair.
No, yeah. Well, Gio scored within about 3 seconds of coming on, didn't he?
Yeah.
We'll cover this in a bit more detail on Sunday because we will do our normal Sunday episode. We are just filling until Danny turns up, to be honest with you. This is how professional we are. Russ is with us. Paul Armin says, is Danny doing his pitch inspection? I think he's got to check, make sure pitch is all right for international tomorrow.
Hope it don't rain.
Paramount, you can say, so on another note, Cardiff, right, again, it's like we're living in their heads. Yeah, we are. It's great. It's great fun. Shelley says, have we ever had so many internationals? No, I don't think we did. We've had 2 players today sort of represent the national team. Victor's obviously on the bench. Bailey Wright was on the bench for Australia this morning as well. Really good time. Really good time to have so many people representing the club, basically. Like it's unique in the history of Rotherham United. This has never really happened before on this level either, anyway.
No, it's madness, isn't it? And I think I said this a couple of weeks ago. You know, if you'd have come up to me 15 years ago, 20 years ago, whenever it was, when we were sat in freezing cold rain on a Tuesday night at New York Stadium with 2,000 people there saying, you know, in a few years you'll have 6 internationals you won't be playing because of international break, I'd have just laughed in your face, you know. So it just shows how far we've come, and some of these are playing for top international sides as well, aren't they? You know what I mean? So it's great. Love it.
Yeah. Some people still play this weekend. Some teams.
Yeah, league action I think this weekend, isn't there?
Some non-league action. Yeah. Only lower league teams are playing this weekend.
Right.
But to be fair, if you're going to pick, Sunday afternoon, 1:00, what better time to watch Forest Green Rovers, play just some promotion chaser. So hats off to Sky for moving that one. Did you watch the Barnsley Wednesday game midweek? I
watched some of it. I watched that
really good
in the first half, and once Barnsley had gone 2-0 up, I couldn't see through the tears after that, laughing. So I didn't watch much else, to be honest.
It was brilliant. It was such a good game. To be fair to Wednesday, they were dreadful in the first half, pretty good in the second half. Really, 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 really impressed with Barnsley. It's the first time I've seen Barnsley live this season. They were so good. But they've got a mountain to climb, to be honest, to get back to where they were. Get back to Championship. But I'm glad we're not in that. Being in that, I know we're fighting for survival. I'm really glad we're not stuck in that sort of mess in League One. It's a good top 4 or 5 teams in League One are so good this year.
Yeah, it's as tough as it has been for some time. So yeah, it's good to be out of that, and hopefully we can stay out of it from next season as well. It would be nice for Barnsley just to pip Wednesday on that last day, wouldn't it? That would just be sweet because.
Well, I've worked it out that Wednesday are copying us in every single method. So they signed us top scorer from last season, signed us best striker from best one of our best centre half last season. Last season we went 21 games unbeaten and pushed it really close to staying up. Wednesday won 23 games unbeaten and looked like they're pushing it really close to going up. They're just copying us in every single way possible. Sweet of them, I suppose. Sweet's the word.
Yeah. I would have thought how far things have come as we've just discussed.
Shelley, who's the next call-up, lads? Anyone in the squad who could get a call-up? Maybe Cam Humphries. I think Ben Wiles is probably due next. I think he's declared for Scotland, but he qualifies for Scotland. If Ben Wiles had a full season this year, I think he could have been in contention for that, potentially. Anybody else that springs at me? Obviously, Wes has had a few call-ups.
Yeah, it has. But his form is such at the moment that that call-up's not going to be coming. Shelley's mentioned Cam Humphries there. Obviously, it's Cam English. I think he is into.
He is. I don't know if he's got any other heritage like Wiles or something like that.
Yeah, possibly. He may well do in the future if he continues to progress at the level that he is doing. Having said that, the England side is a massive ask for anybody to break into. The way that they played last night, Thursday night, certainly in that first half was excellent. Second half, they did a Rotherham. They did a Rotherham United, didn't they, last night? Really, really well in first half. Should have put game to bed, and almost threw it away in second half by being just absolutely dog. But yeah, it's we'll see. We'll see. With the bottom line with it is that there's this, as we talked about there, the progression over the last few years has been immense. So
yeah, I agree. We've got, like we mentioned, the Australia as well this morning, Bailey Wright. So John Mawson is from Australia, from the sunny Sunshine Coast. Thank you, John. Appreciate being with us. How much educated Sir Gareth Southgate is looking at Championship players in general? Yeah, he had a moan about the quality of English players. He basically did, didn't he? Which was interesting. I mean, we've got one of the best squads of English players we've had in a very, very long time, but they're still not unhappy. Maybe chasing perfection. I don't know. Just don't know. I will text Danny and see how much longer it's going to be. Because I can't keep filling. Have you seen we should mention this about the Rotherham youth players playing on Saturday morning? They've got their cup semi-final on Saturday morning. Is it in Brinsworth?
I don't know. I've not seen that. So
it's free entry. I'm sure everybody's seen this, but if not, we should. Yeah, they play each other at the Sheffield Hallandshire Sports Complex, which is at Old Phoenix, isn't it? It's
no, It's where the cricket, indoor cricket is.
Where the Sheffield United Cricket Club thing used to be.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's 10:30 tomorrow. If anybody's not doing it, you can go support the under 18s. I think they are in their cup semi-final tomorrow morning.
Excellent.
I think they will play MK Dons in the final. Hopefully they'll do well.
Yeah.
Josh Hinsley has got his Swedish flag for Hull away as we kept a clean sheet against Cardiff. Yeah. I was thinking about this, right? Do you know people say, we got lucky. We're going to end up playing more minutes of football this season than any other club because we played a full half extra than everybody else.
Yeah.
So realistically,
you said that. I mean, to be fair, Cardiff will top that table because they played for the full first half. We just played for 20 minutes that first half. So we'll be second in that league, won't we?
True. That's very true. Yeah, good point. Yeah. I think we'll start. Mick, have you got anything else you want to mention before Danny pops? Before we wait for Danny?
Oh, I bet we can go back. I'm sure we'll be talking about this, but Ben Wiles is back training, isn't he? So that's looking good and very, very important for us. I think going towards as we get into these last run of fixtures, we get some bodies back in that midfield, and Ben Wiles is going to be key to it for me because he's going to bring us that bit of creativity in it. So fingers crossed, there's no breakdowns in his recovery, and we can see him back pulling that shirt on as soon as possible. Yeah,
Keener should be back. Matt Taylor, yeah, his name is Matt Taylor. I thought his name for a minute. It's been that long. It's been a week near some podcast. Matt Taylor seemed really positive about Keener being back, which is massive. There's obviously contention around the Rathbone, but we'll come on to that. Danny, how's it going, mate?
Hey, it's going okay, I suppose. Thank you.
Wonderful news. Are you going to the England under 19s tomorrow, Danny?
I am, yes.
Very good. Should be good. If the pitch holds up enough, anyway.
I did see the comment about me doing a pitch inspection, and I can assure you the pitch does look nice.
A little damp.
Yeah, little bit damp. The sprinklers have been on.
Right, we'll crack on with the quiz then. So 6 rounds of 5 questions. Each round has basically a theme or a category type thing. I don't know how hard some of these are. Some of them are hard. Some of them are easy. Let's see how we go. So 30 points in total, obviously. Let's crack on. First question of the first round is... I had fun writing this first round, to be honest with you. Which UK city has an annual average rainfall of 42 inches?
Oh, dear.
I've got to put these in comments. Of how many? 42 inches?
42 inches, yeah.
It's a UK city.
Yes, a UK city. You can narrow that if you can think,
I've not got to answer them at all, am I? You're going to...
I ain't got room to type on my keyboard, Mick, so you're in charge of typing.
All right, cheers.
Do you want me to give you answers as we go?
Yeah, you can do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'll give everybody a few more seconds. Just for reference, Rotherham has 30 inches of rain.
We had them last Saturday.
We had them all in one day.
I'll get them in. You tee them up, mate. I'll knock them in.
The answer is Cardiff, of course.
Oh, got that one.
Funny, isn't it?
I got that one
in
as
well. Weird, isn't it? Anyway.
Funnily enough, I put Edinburgh, but anyway.
There's a theme. There was a theme.
All right.
In the nursery rhyme, what is the old man doing when it's raining and pouring?
I mean, if it's Mickey's complaining.
Again, I will give you all a moment while Mick types the question. And
Yeah.
The answer. You tell it's a Friday night because we're all relaxed having a beer and nobody cares. It's just fine. It's all good. Make sure you've subscribed, by the way, if you're with us for the first time. Mick, what is the man doing when it's raining and pouring?
Snoring, mate.
Okay, Danny?
Snoring.
Yeah, snoring.
The answer is he is writing a 16-point complaint to the I will also accept snoring.
Oh, good that.
John Morell moaning about referees. That is one.
That's a dig at me, John.
That's
Isn't
definitely dig, yeah. I wonder if you could tell what the theme is for the first round of the questions so far. Question 3: which band sang "November Rain"?
I don't know that one.
Classic, Danny.
Joking, Danny.
Right, all you need to do is ask my girlfriend. I do not know music at all. She's made me a playlist for when we go to tramlines because I know nothing of what's on.
This is a classic, though. I think you'll know the song, definitely.
I'll tweet it out tomorrow, Danny, in my list of my daily list of songs about rain.
How many days are on now? Well, did you start last Sunday?
No, I didn't. I only thought I only came up with other in the middle of the week, but I'll keep going. I'm going to keep going until we get our 6-point deduction.
Graham Holland says GNR, yeah. Troopers at the Travel Raw Marsh says Guns N' Roses. So does Josh Inchliff. John Morell, welcome to the jungle, Danny. There's another one for you listeners. Danny, what did you put?
That one. No idea.
Okay. Guns N' Roses.
No, they didn't do that one.
I mean, to be fair, I have actually heard of Guns N' Roses, so I'm not completely thick, but just didn't know that one.
Well, you said that, Danny.
Well.
Next one. This one's hard, I think. Who was the goddess of the rainbow and the messenger of the Olympian gods? Not convinced that question makes sense, but I did copy and paste it from the website.
Go on again.
Who was the goddess of the rainbow and the messenger of the Olympian gods? So, obviously, the ancient Greek gods. Who was the goddess of the rainbow and the messenger? I don't think it's one you can guess, to be honest with you. You either know this or you don't.
The Greek gods?
Yeah. Olympian gods, which I assume is the Greek gods.
All right, then.
There are no prizes tonight, by the way. So, yeah, so you get pride. Mick will give you a handshake if you see him next. I don't know. If you say I love Hammarby in Swedish or something like that. Danny, any idea?
It's funny. I was meant to be looking up my Greek gods before I started the podcast. Oh, funny that. I've no idea, if I'm being honest.
Anything, Mick?
I'm going to Scooby, mate.
No, that one. Iris. A couple of people. So, Kyle Mad, Josh Inchliff, Troops Travel, Romash Explorer, and Graham Holton all got that right. Well done if you got that right, because that's a belt.
I'm going to start Googling these, aren't I?
That's a proper pointless sort of answer, that, isn't it?
Yeah. John Mills complaining about you drinking Carlin again, Danny. Any rebuttal?
I've had an hard day. Leave me alone.
Brill. Final question of the first round. What is the name of the method of the calculation of runs required in a rain-interrupted limited overs cricket game? I don't think I read that very well. Let me have another go. What is the name of the method of calculating runs required in a rain-interrupted limited overs cricket match? If nobody's worked out yet, the theme of the first round was rain. We'll give Mick a minute because he is writing there.
I'm paraphrasing your questions.
Yeah. Mick, I know you know this one. Go on.
Yeah, stuck with Lewis.
Oh, yeah. I put Bluebird Calculus.
You were close.
Yeah.
Well, accept that, Danny.
Powell says deduct 3 points and give Cardiff the win, which is also correct. Technically, it's called Duckworth Lewis Stern. I don't know what.
Yeah, but Stern got kicked out eventually because his part made it too complicated.
But I will accept Duckworth Lewis from Noel Jordan, Sarah Ogden, John Morrell, DLS from Josh Hinsliff will accept. Chris Tether says Duckworth Lewis as well. Yeah, Duckworth Lewis Stern method, which is unbelievably complicated. If you understand that the calculation, you would deserve to pay a lot of money because it's ridiculous. Right, that's round one. How many points have we all got?
I don't know. I didn't write them down. I've got an update on the Sweden-Belgium match, if you like.
Yeah.
Belgium have taken the lead on 35 minutes. Don't know who scored, but obviously goalkeeper's fault.
Well, I'm 4 minutes behind you apparently, so I'll let you know.
Yeah.
When it goes in on my screen, I'll let you know how it happened.
Yeah, definitely goalkeeper's fault.
So, mate, if you're doing a quiz and you've not read out how many questions you got right.
Oh, sorry. I got 2 of them right.
2 out of 5. Danny, did you get any of them? You also got a couple.
I got 1 out of 5.
1 out of 5. Fair enough. Josh Hinson got 5, which is very good. Noel Jordan got 2, which is about par, I think.
Yeah.
Right, round 2. Again, it's got a theme. What is the legal drinking age in Sweden?
Ooh.
Just to recap, Sarah's got 3, and so did RUFC Harry as well. Well done. This is a guess in it because obviously each random country, I'm sure, has got different ones. Again, this is from Google. If it's wrong, I'm sorry to bias. Danny, what do you reckon?
Well, I know that 21's America, and America's weird. And I don't know if it's more fitting with Germany, so I've said 16.
Okay, Mick.
I'd have gone 16.
Okay. Nobody so far in the comments has got it right.
Wow.
Chris says 21. No. Josh Hinsliff 16. No. 21 says Trooper. Powmed 12. IC 15. No. Ian Bradley says 16. John Morrell 17. No. George 16. It's 18.
So the more in line. Okay.
Just exactly the same as it is in England.
I'll say if it were 21, I'd have been a bit shaky because it's like, ooh.
Right. Second question of round number 2. Which of these 3 things were invented in Sweden? I don't know if you can work out the theme of round 2. Is it dynamite, boats, or motorbikes? One of those is Swedish, essentially.
Just one of them.
Just one of them.
Right.
I don't know where the other 2 are made of. I think. Okay. Josh Hinsliff says boats. Mick.
Dynamite.
Okay. Do you think you know that, or is that a guess? It's a guess.
I'm pretty sure it was invented somewhere in Scandinavia. So.
Great. Danny.
Invented by Alfred Nobel. Or am I mixing it up?
He's got it right. Well done. Yeah.
The
man with the Peace Prize is named after created.
Thank you, mate. You've confirmed mine for me. Thank you.
Graham Holden says, boom. Mick came over says motorbikes. Motorbikes were created apparently in Germany. Ian Bradley and Noel Jordan both said dynamite. Chris Tether and Troops Travels, the Royal Marshal Explorer, said boats. Yeah, I would have guessed boats just because of the Viking thing, like Josh was put in the comments.
I'm going to blow your mind with a big word. I think boats were first invented in ancient Mesopotamia, if memory serves. But that's like 6,000 BC or something stupid like that.
They are quite old. It was. It might have been ancient Egypt, I think. I now remember googling it. So
it was that way on, basically.
Somewhere old. It was a good header by Lukaku, by the way, if you're interested. Anybody? It was a very good glancing header.
Goal is fault.
Goal is fault. Victor has saved it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, Victor has saved it.
Yeah. Right. Question number 3, round 2. What country has the highest life expectancy? The UK or Sweden? So it's neither or. Again, we'll give Mick a chance to write things. Danny, Danny wants you to spell ancient Mesopotamia if you can, please, Danny.
No, because I struggle at Scrabble as it is. Right, okay, just a slight tangent, right? I went to the board game cafe in Sheffield's the other day. Brilliant place, by the way. Really highly recommend it if you fancy spending about 25 quid on like a bit of something to eat, something to drink, and all the board games you could wish for. And there was this game that was very similar to Scrabble, except you just like got all your letters together and just spelt out your words, and then you counted up points, how many words you've used and stuff. And I got absolutely battered. I am terrible with my words. I cannot formulate them at all in front of me. Like, I've got no hope if I want to be a journalist if I struggle with a simplified version of Scrabble. Anyway.
When you say they've got all the board games you could wish for, is that none? Because that's how many board games I'd wish for.
I mean, you can go and have a cake and a pint if you want, mate.
Oh, God.
Anyway, either or. Josh says Sweden, so does Noel and IFC, and so does Troops. Travels the much explorer. John Morell says, actually, no, it can't be UK. There's too many people drinking Carlin. Danny, what did you put?
I put Sweden.
Mick?
Sweden
by just under 2 years is the difference. 82 and a half years almost is the average expectancy in Sweden. 80.9 in England or Britain, UK. Right, next one. Which two countries share a land border with Sweden? Ian Bradley's comment. France are hammering Holland 3-0 after 38 minutes. That bodes well for Chios Island on Monday. Just to pull you up, Mick, I know you like to pull people up on grammar and spelling.
Mick's not very good at Scrabble either, by the looks of it.
How many beers you had?
I've only had one. I haven't even had one yet, but unfortunately, my fingers are too big for keys.
Okay. Chris Taylor says Norway and Finland. Norway and Finland. Also from Josh Hinchley, Finland, Norway, Finland, Norway. John Morell says Norway and Denmark. Danny?
Norway and Finland.
Mick?
Norway and Denmark.
Denmark doesn't have a land border.
Really?
There is a bridge that connects them, but it's not actually connected by land.
I
think there's a TV show about it, actually. It's called The Bridge or something, because there's a murder on the bridge and it's Scandinavian. If you're interested, there's an English version of The Tunnel, which is actually very, very good on Sky Atlantic. Recommend. Moving on. Denmark and Russia. No, Finland borders Russia. That's the one on that one. Right. Question 5 is a football question. Football in Sweden. Which Swedish football team has won the most league titles? I have to make a moment because Mick needs to spell this. Mick needs to spell it, and he won't want to get it wrong again. Your 3 options.
Oh, hang on a minute. Go on.
AIK.
Spell that.
Malmo.
Spell that.
And I'll be honest, I don't know how to pronounce this. The last one. It's Djurgården.
All right.
It's
Djurgården, isn't it?
Don't know, but you know what I mean.
My lecturer said it to me today, and he got the pronunciation bang on, and I've forgotten it. So I think it's Djurgården. Yeah. Anyway,
I specifically looked at the pronunciation for this quiz, and then I forgot.
You want to know how I remember it? That one that starts with D.
It starts with a D. Yes.
Yeah. And they share the stadium with Harambe.
Yes, I think they do. They're Harambe's big rival, aren't they? So those are your questions. So, Mick, which one of those 3?
I would go with Malmo. I think that's wrong, but I'm going to go with Malmo.
I think it's wrong, but that's what I'm going for.
Yeah.
Okay, Danny?
I've gone for AIK.
It's Malmo. By quite a lot as well. Malmo have had 22. AIK and Djurgården have got 12 each. If anybody's interested, Harambe have 1. And that was in the early 2000s, I think it was. There we go, 2 rounds. I thought this might be quite a quick, half an hour thing tonight. We've only just finished round 2 and we're half an hour in. This is going really well.
Does that say more about us or the questions being asked?
You're having to wait for one finger typist to type them out, mate.
True. Shelley says got it right with Malmo, and so did Troops Travels Romosh Explorer. So did Sarah Ogden. Is Malmo the one that Arnie played for?
Yes.
He did, yeah.
Funnily enough, how we were talking about that bridge that crosses between Denmark and Sweden. That bridge crosses the water border, and the highway goes into Malmo.
Was it really?
It's a nice little link between the last two questions there.
It is. I like it. Very good.
You didn't know about that, Matt, did you?
Nope. Not on my list of questions, so I don't know about it.
To be fair, the only reason I know is because I googled said bridge today and went, "Oh, it goes into Malmo." Fair enough.
John Morell says it's an impressive bridge. He's been over it many times. He's got an office there as well. John Morell. If Matt had done this properly, Mick would have sent the questions over earlier, wouldn't he? Yes, but then Mick might have been able to research the answers.
Yeah, I mean, it was just that we were asked to put IFC 19 asked us to put the questions in the comments. That's why.
IFC 19 did the Viking play for any Swedish clubs? He did play. Well, he was on the bench, I think, twice for Hammarby. When he was only 15, I think he was really young when he was on the bench, but hasn't played sort of senior level for Hammarby or any other Swedish clubs.
But hopes to by the end of his career.
Yeah, right. So it's his boyhood club, isn't it? The good thing for a keeper, he might play till 40, so he's got plenty of time to play at Rotherham and go back to World Championship. How do we do? Round 2 question. Give me how many we've got so far? Out of 10, that is obviously.
Oh, so I've got to add them up now as well. This is terrible. I got 5 out of 10.
Halfway. Very good, Danny.
I've got 4.
It's close. I like it. I'll give you the category. There's no silly theme to this one. It's just TV and film is the next category. Pretty self-explanatory, if you ask me. Graham Holton has 7, which I think is going to be a strong score so far.
Yeah.
Graham. Right. First question of the TV and film round. What is the highest rated film on IMDb?
Christ.
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know what it means?
No.
So IMDb is a movie database.
All right.
So MDB. And basically you create and vote and you'll rank a film out of 10, I think it is. Rank or TV or film out of 10. So which film have people gone on? They've gone onto this database and voted this film out of 10, and this has got the highest average rating.
What, all films ever made?
Correct.
That narrows it down a bit then, doesn't it?
Basically, what is the best film of all time?
Oh, well, that's easy.
According to IMDb.
That's also subjective. Oh, dear.
Well, yeah. Yes, it is. We will, again, as a thinker. Mick?
Well, I'm going to go with Jamie. Shawshank Redemption is the best film of all time. Whether that's number 1 is another matter.
Danny, what did you
Well, I should say something like Debbie Does Dallas or something. I don't know.
Getting out on this episode already. Danny, what did you put?
I'll go for Avatar.
Avatar is not correct. I don't know what Avatar has, actually.
I don't even know what it is.
It's that blue film, isn't it?
Oh,
That blue film, innit?
That's what I've just been talking about there.
Yes, Shawshank Redemption is top. 9.2 out of 10. Anybody that wants to know the official score. Jamie got it right. Josh has said Avengers Endgame. Chris Taylor said Jaws, Avatar as well. Troops said Saving Private Ryan, which would be a good shout, but unfortunately not. Right. Which US comedy is said to be the longest running live action comedy in the world? Now, I asked that question to my wife earlier, and she didn't understand what I was asking. Do you need any clarification on that one?
Yes.
So, which TV comedy, which US TV comedy, is said to be the longest running live action comedy. So, for example, The Simpsons is not live action; that's a cartoon. So live action will be real people. And it's the longest running TV.
So is it? Isn't it's? I don't want to describe it. Is it like a the whole genre of it is comedy, or is it like?
There's a comedy, yeah.
Right.
The longest running live action comedy. So not necessarily how many episodes, just the longest running one. So you could do an episode a day for a year, but you actually have 365 episodes, but it's still only 365 days old. This is from start to current if it's still going. If it's not, it might not be. Chris Taylor says Lucy. Trooper says travels. The Ron Marsh Explorer says Friends. So is Kim Haywood. Sarah Oxon says Frasier. John Morell says Cheers. Ian Bradley says Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live is not a TV series. That's obviously a sketch, a different kind of comedy. Joshua Howard, other no. Sarah Ogden, Whose Lines Anyway? It's not any of those. Nick, any idea?
I was going to go with MASH.
That was short, weren't it, MASH?
I don't know, because it ran from the 60s into the 70s. But if not, I would have gone for Cheers. But
okay. Danny?
I have no idea. The Office, maybe?
It's not. Jamie's got it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Started in 2005 and it's still going. I think it's an 18 season. It will be doing up to 18 seasons, potentially more. So well done if you got that one.
It still doesn't sound that like I know 2005 for some people is a long time ago, but it doesn't sound that long ago.
Yeah, John Nelson's never heard of it. It is a brilliant TV show. It's so good. It's brilliant. Always Sunny. I recommend you give it a go. No, it won't be everybody's cup of tea, but if you like it, you'll love it. Moving on. Still on the TV and film round. This is taking forever. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once won how many Oscars this year?
I've never heard of it, so I've no clue.
It's a film about the multiverse, apparently.
So if it's Everything and Everywhere, surely it should have won every Oscar.
Well, Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
Yeah, so it should have won every Oscar, technically.
I think it's a record. That the amount it's got, I think, is a record for its sort of category. Pick a number, Mick.
17.
Not 17. It's too many, I'm afraid. Danny?
How is it?
14.
It's not. Troops travels on gets it right with 7.
I swear there were a film that won like 11 Oscars one year.
The different ones. So this was a record for, I think, for actors and directors or something. I think you can win, for like graphics and stuff and things like that. I think like the third Lord of the Rings that holds the record for like 13 in one night, something like that. But that was to do with the background stuff as well, I think.
Okay.
Question number 4 of the TV and film round. Mick will get this one. I think a lot of people will get this one. What is the name of the skyscraper in the first Die Hard film?
Oh, bloody hell.
If you don't know this, you should know this. I like doing quizzes. I like doing quizzes because I like seeing how annoyed people get that they don't know the answers. Easily the best bit about it. Mick, I know you know this.
Before you judge me, I've seen Die Hard 1.
Is it Nakatomi Towers or something?
Nakatomi Plaza. I'll accept.
Yeah.
If you said Nakatomi, I will accept.
Yeah.
Shelley got it. Noel Jordan got it. Jamie got it not spelled right, but you can have it. John Morell got it as well. So did Palmad. Yazahoma Plaza. I can't give you that one. Chris Taylor's off to pub, and I don't blame him. Josh says young brain doesn't know what the comments say. Nakatomi Plaza. If you're old enough, Josh, you should watch Die Hard. I don't know how old you are, I don't know. Ask your parents, but Die Hard's a great film.
It's a good film, but I've seen it once. And
Have you really?
Yeah, I've seen it once. Yeah, that's the thing. I always see people say like Die Hard is a Christmas film. It's like, yeah, it is, but I've seen it once.
Watch it every Christmas. Final one. Dan might get this one. What is the name of the main pub? What is the main pub called in Peaky Blinders where the Shelbys meet?
Oh, I know that one.
Now, again, I've Googled this. I haven't watched it, so if any of this is wrong, blame Google. I don't care. I expect John to get this as well, obviously. I'll give you all a moment. We've got 3 more rounds to do after this.
Oh, come on, look sharp then.
Danny, I'll let you go for this one.
The Garrison.
It is the Garrison. Well done to everyone who got that right.
Do you know the reason why I remember it's called the Garrison?
Go on.
There's one in Wickersley.
Is there?
Yeah.
Right, next one is around the world. It's like a geography round. Is round 4. Oh, we'll get scores in a bit. Round 4. Which country has the highest population in the world? Ooh. Excuse me. You'll all get some points in the next round. So the round after this is a true or false question. So.
Is that population by number or by density?
By number.
Right.
I think. All the comments say China except Jamie, who says India. Mick?
I'm going China.
Okay. Danny?
I've gone India.
It's China.
Ah.
Don't have numbers for that one, I'm afraid.
Come on.
Round 4. In which US state is home to no documented poisonous snakes? I think if you think about it, I think you can work it out. I think. I don't know.
No
I know the answer, so that's why I know. That's why I think if you work it out. Mick?
I'm going Alaska.
Alaska. So is Ian Bradley, Noel Jordan. Graham Holton says Hawaii. Danny?
I've gone Alaska as well.
Josh Hunter says New York. Which New York? It is Alaska.
Right.
It is Alaska.
Too cold, isn't it?
Too cold. I don't think there are any poisonous snakes that like cold weather. Although we could be wrong, couldn't we? Which ocean is the largest in the world? Pick one of. How many is there? 5 or 6?
There's 7 in there.
That's seas, isn't it? They're the same as the. I know seas aren't the same as ocean, but is that phrase does it mean oceans? How many oceans is there, Meg?
Don't know.
I mean, there's 4 with the word ocean in it because you've got the Southern, the Indian, the Atlantic, and the Pacific. They're the ones with the ocean. Yeah, they're the ones with the names. I said Indian, Southern Indian, Atlantic, and Pacific. There you 4, and then you've got the Mediterranean. Oh no, there's 5 because you've got the Arctic Ocean as well.
There you go.
So there's 5.
5. There we go. Most people have put Pacific in the comments. A couple of Atlantic in there as well. Mick?
It's Pacific.
It is. Danny, do you get that?
Yep.
There we go. Very good, everybody. Where are we? Which question are we on? Number 4. What season do Australians experience in December? Shelley says it was the corner flag near the cop on Saturday. One of the oceans. Right. Hope it don't rain tomorrow.
Mm.
I think I've given you a soft one here.
Yeah, I think you have, haven't you?
Let's move on. It's summer. I think if you didn't get summer, then I'm sorry. I made that one as easy as I could. And the final one of round 4. In which European city was the first marathon organised? again, I think there's logic to this. I don't think it's just random. I think there is a logic behind it, which is why I picked it. Again, could be wrong. I'll give you a moment because I don't know. Ian says Athens. John Morell says Paris. IFC19 says Athens as well. Josh Ainsley says London. Noel Jordan and Palmer both say Athens, as well as Troops, the Travel Explorer. Sarah Ogden says Paris, along with John. Jamie says Slovakia.
That's a country, mate.
It's a country, not a city. It's also a random one. Mick?
Athens.
Danny?
Yeah, I thought Athens as well.
Athens, correct.
Hey.
I can't remember the Greek god or story about it.
Marathon is a Greek word, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a story about a guy who ran really far. I think it's what it's called based on his name, isn't it, or something?
Who knows?
Can't remember. Again, as the question person, I should look that up, shall I? Round 5, we will get through quite quickly because it's just true or false. So we'll get through this quite quickly. Question 1 of round 5 is Phobos is one of 2 moons of Mars. Phobos. Phobos.
OBOS, yeah.
Is one of the 2 moons of Mars. True or false? We'll fly through these. Other than waiting for Mick to type it out, we'll fly through these. This is true.
Oh.
Strange.
Question 2. Alexander the Great died from complications after falling from his elephant. True or false?
Danny? I didn't anticipate typing today.
I'm going to say true, purely because I think you were part of the whole Romany times, and they had elephants.
Okay, Mick.
False.
It's false. Apparently, he drank himself to death.
Okay.
Well done, Alexander.
Are we talking salt water or wine?
He said ate and drank himself to death. I assume wine of the time.
Which was a hell of a lot stronger than it is now, just saying.
Right, I'm going to get a bit out of this. Gatophobia is the fear of cats. True or false? Oh. GATO phobia. I'll be back in a second. I'll give you the answer. Yeah. False. True, says IFC. Kim says true as well. John Morell says sounds daft, so true. Josh says true. Game Holton says false. Danny, what do you reckon?
Well, I know that gato is Spanish for cat, so I've said true.
Oh, that's very helpful. Danny and Mick?
Well, I might have to change my answer to true now, but I'm on false. So.
It is true.
Hey, get in. Right, and now I'm going to tell you where I learnt that from. I watched the most recent Puss in Boots film, and Death calls Puss in Boots Gato. So there you go.
Okay.
And because it's set in a Spanish-speaking country, there you go.
Fair enough. The highest rank in the RAF is Air Chief Marshal. Again, true or false?
What was that question, sorry?
The highest rank in the RAF is Air Chief Marshal. When it gets to the last round, Mick, you're not going to be able to type these questions out because they're really long.
Oh, great.
So when it gets to the last round, whoever you need them writing out, you're not going to get it, I'm afraid. We've always got to mix the comments. Danny, true or false?
I should know my army ranks, to be honest. Air Force rank. I'm going to say true, but I'm sort of 50-50 if there's one above it as well.
Okay, Mick.
I'm going to go true.
It's false.
Apparently,
it is Marshal of the Royal Air Force is the highest rank.
Oh, right.
And that's some royal family held position or something.
Is it?
I think so.
That does make sense. So false, everybody on that one. And the final question of round 5, final true or false, is Germany's invasion of Poland, World War II, obviously, was codenamed Operation Barbarossa. True or false? Have you read it yet, mate?
Yeah.
I've told him he can't do the last round, but he's still persisting on doing this one.
Oh, sorry.
I like your effort. Appreciate the effort. Go on then, Mick.
I'm going false.
False. Danny?
False.
It is false. As troops travelled, Royal Marshal Explorer says false. It was the invasion of Russia that was Operation Barbarossa. Did you not think you've gone your head?
Invasion of Sweden's going very, very well this evening, though, by the looks of it. It's now 2-0.
It is.
Keep us full.
Get Victor in that.
Get Victor on. Is it half time yet, mate?
Gone half time.
3 minutes into the second half.
No, should have brought Victor on at half time.
Yeah, I would have done. Right. We've got one final round to go. What were the scores we're looking at? So that's 25 points so far. We have going into the final round.
I've got 12.
Fair
13 I've got.
Oh, very close. If this makes you feel better, that's probably the keeper's fault, that second goal.
See, this is what you get when you have a backup keeper from Aston Villa rather than the starting keeper at Rotherham.
I think he should have done better there. I might be being harsh. John Morell says something's ended badly for Germany. Let me check the scores for everybody so we can have a chuckle at our friends over there. Where are we?
I was so tempted to do a very cod German accent, then I'm glad I stopped myself.
Sorry, France 3-0 for Holland. Do we have? Could Powermad have to put a pound in here? No Victor on.
Oh, we might have to. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pound.
Powermad, afraid. Ian Bradley's got 13. Josh Hinson's got 14. So has Graham Holton. Ryan S has got 2, but he only joined 5 minutes ago. It's good points to minutes ratio. Well done.
You can have my 13, Ryan, to go with your 2, then we'll way above. Because then 2 you got that.
Right. Final round. Guess the year based on sporting clues. Mick might be able to put this out, Danny. Most of these are before you.
Yeah, shall I concede the loss now or what?
Yeah.
Mind you, for me, we're only on 48 minutes, so we can't call a stop to it. We need to play on.
Okay. Right. Guess the again 5 to put us through to the magic 30. So the first set of hints are Michael Schumacher won the F1 World Championship, while Colin McRae won the World Rally Championship. Mike Atherton also scored 93 as Lancashire beat Kent to win what was the Benson and Hedges Cup. And Blackburn won the Premier League. That's the big one, isn't it? I could have just said that, couldn't I? I didn't really need to read the first bit out, did I?
Oh, Christ.
I'm not entirely sure on it. I'm going to
guess. But the other clues didn't help you, did it?
Yeah, they did. They gave me a ballpark, the first 2.
Is it the year Blackburn actually lifted the trophy?
I think they lifted it on final day, so yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's not the season. Yeah. Yeah, what you mean, yeah. Ian Bradley and Shelley asking about the fan engagement finishing second. But we will talk about doing an episode on a Sunday, just put it more broader, but take it a bit more seriously. And we will definitely cover that because I think that needs talking about, to be honest with you. So I have seen it, Ian, and it has been mentally noted. Tune in Sunday, we'll have a proper chat about that. So we got Noel says 92, John Morell and Ian Bradley and Troops say 95, Ian Bradley 94, Reg 93, Josh 95, Ryan says 93, and Jamie says 95. Danny, what did you work out?
I mean, thankfully, the football question saved that, because with Schumacher and rallies, I had no clue. I was thinking like 2005 or something stupid. But I've gone for 95.
95, okay. Mick?
I got 94.
Okay. Is that when Schumacher won his first in 94?
No idea.
Okay, great. It's
Don't know.
95.
It was more the Colin McRae part. I know Colin McRae was prolific around that time.
No, 95.
I just knew that the Premier League was Man United, Blackburn. That's how I remember it anyway.
This next one, I'm going to have to recheck the answer because I've written the question but not written the answer. That's good. Question 2. Man U beat Chelsea in the Champions League final, and the first Indian Premier League was won by the Rajasthan Royals.
I actually know that one. Bloody hell.
Do you know that one, mate?
I got a Scooby-Doo, mate.
You think you do know it, Danny?
Yeah. Is it the one where a certain individual slipped and Man United won?
Was, yeah. I remember.
Yeah.
Mick definitely watched it.
Did
It was
I?
there.
Yeah, it's 2008 then.
Correct. John Ralph just missed out. But Noel Jordan and Graham Holton both bang on. So is Ryan S. Yeah. Few people got 98. Obviously, 99 was obviously the year. Bradley meant 2008, yeah. That's the one. I'll let you have it. Right. Question 3. Alan Shearer retired from football while St Helens beat Hull FC at Old Trafford to win the Rugby League Grand Final, and also the Commonwealth Games were held in Melbourne. Now, these are general sports. I know general sports don't often help some people. Wouldn't have helped me. But this is where we are in life, isn't it? When were you born, Danny?
99.
Okay. Never mind. Okay, so you might have a chance now. You with that one. So. It's just going to be a guess.
Very much, I didn't even know what football was until at least like 2008, at least.
Fair enough. Troop says 2006. Reg says 2009. Ian says 2010. Graham Holton 06. John Morrell 10. Nolan Jordan also says 2010. Danny, what did you guess?
I've gone for 05.
It's so close.
Oh, bloody hell. It's 06, isn't it?
06. It was 06. Unlucky, Danny.
I was close. That's what counts.
The next one I think is gettable. If anybody watched it will get it. France beat Italy 2-1 in the Euro final with David Trezeguet scoring a golden goal winner. Tiger Woods also won the US Open by a record 15 shots. Danny, you don't remember golden goal games, do you?
No.
Classic.
That's in the Euros.
Yeah, the Euro final. Obviously, I can't say which Euros because then that'd be the answer. I think it's held, if that helps you.
Yeah.
It was held in Holland and Belgium.
Oh, God.
And obviously, if I tell you it's a Euros, you can work out roughly. It's a 4-year cycle. So you can roughly work it out. I've given you a lot of hints in that. John Morell says 2000. Palmed UK says 98. But Troops, Josh, Palmed, Ryan S, and Reg all say 2000. Graham Houghton says the millennium as well. Danny, did you say 2000?
I did.
Yes.
Because aren't France one of the few countries who've done World Cup Euros and then Euros World Cup?
World Cup Euros they did.
Yeah, because didn't they win Euro 16 and then World Cup 18 as well?
No, they lost to Portugal in the 16 final.
Okay.
Spain did it in 2008 Euros, won 2010 World Cup, and then 2012.
Yeah, Spain did World Cup Euro, didn't they?
Yeah. John Morell, they won the World Cup in 98. Correct. And the final question of this round, again, probably one for Mick. Joe Montana was the MVP as the San Francisco's beat Denver Broncos 55-10. The Commonwealth Games were held in Auckland, which is New Zealand, and Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson in a 10th round knockout. What was the year?
Got no out with this one.
I wouldn't expect you to be honest, Danny.
Read it again for me.
Joe Montana was the MVP for San Francisco 49ers as they beat the Denver Broncos 55-10. The Commonwealth Games were held in Auckland, and Buster Douglas beat Mike Tyson in a shock 10th round knockout. Helps, I would have had no clue on this one either. So. Ian Bradley says 1990, Powermad, and Josh Powermad says 2002. Josh Lindsay says 2004. I'll give you another few seconds to have a think. John Morell says 1983, the year I was born, as he has no idea. Yeah. Troop Travels Road Marshall says 25 years ago. Mick, did you get it?
I may be miles off the mark here. I've gone 86.
Okay. Danny, what did you guess?
I've just gone for 1990. Behave.
What a guess.
Behave.
99. Well done.
Yes, get in.
Very good.
Impressive.
Impressive guess.
Bloody hell.
There we go.
I think that calls for another beer, if I'm being honest. Oh, dear.
There we go. 30 questions. Right. How do we all do? Who's the winner?
I've done exactly what I've done throughout the whole of my life.
Bang average.
Absolutely bang average. Right in the middle, bang average, 15.
Okay. Right, don't tell me you got 15, Danny.
No, I didn't.
I thank God for that. I ain't got a tiebreaker question.
Don't say what I got.
16.
Yes. Get him. I swear this happened on the last quiz we did and all. We got to the last round and Mick were winning and I just swooped in. I tell you what, last minute goal. Me, I'm telling you.
I think John Morell's going for you to try and get a point taken off here, Danny. He says Carling doesn't qualify as a beer.
I mean, according to John, I'm still on what, about minus 34?
Ian Bradley would have won. He got 17, but missed the first round. Ian knows his stuff. He's got a better memory than Mick. Much better memory than Mick.
Yeah.
But unsurprisingly, because, Mick struggles with Cardiff game last week.
Did we play them last week?
Well, apparently not.
Seems such a long while. Well, it seems such a long time ago now. It's all water under the bridge, isn't it? Really?
Oh, dear.
Oh, brilliant. Sambuca's on you today, Danny. Gersh Kelly says.
Where was the written agreement? But I'll see what I can do. Not for you, Grace, though.
I was just going to say.
You're not old enough to drink in Sweden.
Yeah. There we go. Is there anything else you want to mention? Victor's still not come on, by the way, just in case anybody's interested.
Don't think we're expecting it, are we, really?
No, I'm afraid not. I think Belgium are bringing on some players I've never heard of now, to be honest with you. The game's done. It's been a bit of a non-contest, to be honest with you. I think that's where Sweden are as a national team. They're in a bit of a transitional period. But
I just hope Victor comes on for the game against Azerbaijan.
I don't think they will, because it's a qualifier.
Yeah, but it's Azerbaijan, though. You know what I mean? I mean, bless them. They've done well to get into the qualifiers.
They always go in qualifiers.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? They've done well just to be in the qualifiers as it stands anyway. It's a bit like Scotland. They're just doing well to be in the qualifiers.
Do you mean they've done well because they're not actually in Europe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're in that weird... you said about transitional periods. Azerbaijan is a transition because it's a transition between Europe and Asia in the Caucasus, I think it is.
Yeah, around that area, Ian says Faroe Islands are winning again, which is impressive.
Yeah, they are. Being
Them
Moldova
and Luxembourg. I remember England battering Luxembourg. It's 6-0 at 9 or something like that, and they've come along to almost be a proper footballing nation now. Luxembourg. They're incredibly consistent at the minute, which is when I was a child, they were a bit of a joke country. They were like Gibraltar, weren't they? A bit of a nothing in football in terms of they've done incredible. So Faroe Islands.
You can say same for San Marino as well. I mean, England battered them 10-0, but they technically scored against who were they playing? One of Ireland's won it.
Northern Ireland played. They had a goal disallowed, didn't they?
Yeah, should have counted.
There was a tournament where, and I don't remember when this was, and I know somebody in the comments will remember it, where England had to beat San Marino in San Marino by a set number of goals.
Yeah.
And San Marino scored in the first 2 or 3 minutes.
Oh, I remember that as well.
It was the quickest goal in World Cup history until relatively recently.
Yeah.
Because it was technically in a World Cup qualifier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Must have been the first ever goal he ever scored in World Cup as well, in World Cup qualifiers, probably.
Yeah. I think it went to World Cup 94 qualifier or something like that, wasn't it? It was quite a while ago.
Yeah. Stuart Pearce was playing, I remember that.
Lee Dixon.
I'd like to confirm that when I say I remember that, I remember hearing about it, not jumping in a time machine and seeing it.
Ian Bradley says Washington got the assist for Northern Ireland's first goal. Yes, he did. I incorrectly tweeted out last night that he played 90 minutes. He didn't. He played 67.
Well, you didn't actually incorrectly. You said you did tweet out that he played 67 minutes.
I didn't. I tweeted out 90 and used the edit button.
You put the full. You said that Connor Washington has played the full 67 minutes.
Did it rain in Northern Ireland, by chance?
Well, Danny, it's funny you should say that because that was exactly my question. I just wondered whether there'd been a big rainstorm or something, and all of a sudden.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I said we thankfully have now got an edit button on the Twitter account. That's one of the reasons we've got it. It's because of my stupid tweeting. But it's better than deleting and retyping it. I'm just going to edit it briefly, which is a don't. Which I prefer. As I mentioned, Bradley mentions Chio scored the winner round. Bit of a win-win for us that really, because he didn't play the full 90 minutes and he scored.
Yeah.
Most of the Rotherham players finished playing on Monday at the latest. The only one that will be sort of back later is Bailey Wright. Australia play our time Tuesday morning. So obviously Tuesday night Australian time. So he's going to be later back than most of the players, which is not great when we're going to be relying on him next week at Hull. But he didn't play. He didn't play today, and maybe he won't play against Ecuador on Tuesday, like I mentioned. So as long as they all come back injury-free, all gravy in it. Don't come back injured.
Yeah. Don't come back injured.
Don't come back injured, or else I'll try and get more games postponed.
That's the good thing about Victor. That is the chances of Victor getting injured is very, very, very slim.
I just can't believe you're even saying that.
Touch him wood. The thing is, if Victor played for Sweden, he'd be throwing himself in left, right, and centre, wouldn't he? He would definitely come out injured if he actually played.
Here's the question, though, right? You know, Ibrahimovic always has this, this massive hard man persona that surrounds him. How players try and tackle him and they just bounce off him. I'd love to see what happens if him and Victor try and attack the same ball in training. Who moves first? The immovable object in Victor that took a Carlton Morris elbow to his eye and still got up, or Ibrahimovic.
A 41-year-old Ibrahimovic, though, isn't it? He's old now, isn't he?
It don't matter. All I'm saying is if the guy who runs the Sweden national team's socials is watching this, big if. We want to see that footage. Ibrahimovic against Victor.
We're watching this.
You
never know, do you?
We're in the middle of a European qualifying game.
They're losing 2-0. He's clocked off at night. He's gone for a beer in staff room. He might be watching. Victor might have said, "Here, there's three lads who are a little bit crackers who talk nothing about football, but whilst talking about football, go and give them a watch."
Anyway, I think we should end it now. Let's go spend some time with our loved ones briefly. thank you all for being with us. Hope you enjoyed the quiz. We'll do another one next international break because we always get them. We will be back on Sunday. Sunday evening, we'll do a proper episode. We will talk about the England games because both will have been played by then. We will also talk about the fan engagement thing that's come out recently. We'll send Mick to have a look at the accounts for Rotherham United and see if he can work out the numbers. But we'll see. Please subscribe if you haven't done already. Mick, Danny, thank you. It's been lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
See you all next time. Up the Millers.
Up the Millers.
Cheers.
Ravel, ambitious, but brilliant. Mule with it. Wood's got round the back, and Richie Wood has done it again. The magic man has come up with another trick. Well, here's a chance to seal it. It's done. It's Georgie Kelly.